Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to Skill Up with Dinesh. And today we are at the day 7 of becoming an ultimate AI powered DevOps engineer. So in our previous session, we learned, shell script functions and few shell commands. And in today's session, we will be extending our learning with the important command, that is find command. And then we will be seeing a mini project on the shell script. So let's get started with the find command first. So as the name suggests, this find command help us to locate any file in our file system. So like while working as a DevOps engineer, you will be encountering to lots of Linux service servers, and sometimes you will require to find certain files. It could be any file. Let's say you need to look for a particular log file, or you need to, let's say you are working on a task where you have to remove the old log files. So in that case, you have to find out all the files which are greater than 100 MB or 200 MB or 1 gigabyte, or you have to find out the maximum file size. So there could be lots of use case and scenario. So in those scenarios, this find command is gonna help us. So now how find command works? So it has a syntax that first we have this find keyword. Let me change color here. I think blue will be good. Size. Yes, so first there is a find keyword, then in which path you want to look for your files, okay, and then certain conditions, okay, and lastly you can also perform some action. Now, no, I have here noted down some of the example. I will explain you these commonly used examples with the find command. So first is you can see find, and this is the path where I'm looking for, and this is my name of the file, this is the option, okay, and this is the actual name of the file. So it means this command will find out all the files in this directory where log, where file name is this, okay. Let me go to terminal and see here. So first of all, if you remember guys, we have a command something called man that help us to read the manual of a command. So I'm reading manual of our find command. So find, search for files in a directory, and these are the options: -h, -l, -p, and this is the description. This manual page document. Okay, leave this out. If you are using find in an environment, ding, 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 GNU find searches the directory rooted at each given starting point. Okay, so as the name it suggests, it will help us to find the directory rooted at each given starting point by evaluating the given expression from left to right. Okay, leave that out. That is not at all required. To show you some of the options, if I keep going down, yeah. So here are the options. Here D minus D for depth, so like let's say we have a directory, and in that we have lots of subfolders, inside. So how much deep you want to go, how much depth you want to cover, that option you can decide with minus D. And then help, ignore, max depth, min depth, mount. Yeah, and there are some options like file was last access less than minus A. Mean option is file was last accessed less than, more than, or exactly n minutes ago. Let's say you want to check all the files which are accessed 5 minutes ago, or access time here n. So this is if you want to check with the minutes. This is I think with the hours. Find, so file was last accessed less than, more than, or exactly n into 24 hours. Yeah, so it's a day basically. So here if I put 5, so I will get all the list of the files which have been accessed in last 5 days. Okay, so there are lots of options guys, you can see C time means file status was last changed less than, more than, or exactly n into 24 hours. So where this option will give you file which have whose status has been changed, and this is for empty file. So there are lots of options. You don't need to remember all of them. Whenever you have no requirement, you can either read this manual or you can give it to ChatGPT, this M time, this modified time. And anyway, I have already given some of the day-to-day used examples here. So we will go here. So now I'm going to run a find command. So first of all, let's say I have these files in my system. So let's say I'm going to look for a file here, find, and I want to look in the current directory. So I will put a dot here, and my file name will be, let's say, name functions.sh. So you see it found out. Anyway, I will do one thing. Right now I'm into my home directory and I can see the file. So I will go somewhere else. So I came here now. Now I'm going to run that command. But this time I need to put no, instead of dot I need to put slash here. Okay, it is giving me permission denied because I'm running from root. I will do one thing. I will run it with the sudo command. Okay, now I am as a root. Yes, so I will run the find command again. Find and slash minus name. Okay, maybe it is as I'm running Ubuntu in a Windows machine, so I think it is looking into all my Windows subsystem. Instead, I will do one thing. I will go to slash home and this directory. Okay, I'm here. So I will do one thing. I will move this functions file into a directory. I will create a folder here, mkdir, and let's say 9th Feb. Okay, now I will. So if you remember, guys, we can use this mv command to move functions.sh and okay. Now I can't see that file here. Now here I will run that command to find that file. So you can see it has very quickly find out that okay, you are looking for this functions.sh file and it is located under a 9th Fab directory. Okay, so with this command you can find out any file. Now there could be use cases like like you need a file uh, which are, let's say, ending with .sh, or so let's try something here. So you can see I can also find a file which is ending with a specific extension. Okay, so I am looking for a .sh file, so it has given me a list of all the sh files. Similarly, you can look for a particular log file, or let's say particular Python file. It could be any use case, but yeah, that's how you can do. Okay, now I need to look for all the directories here. So there is a command ns type. So you can see it has given me list of all of the directories located into my current directories. So you see here is giving me 9th Feb, so because this is a directory. So you can also find out a particular directory, all the directories with this command, because in Linux, everything is a file, but file type, there are two types. Either a file could be a regular file or it could be a directory. Okay, so for directory you can use -d option, and for the file you can use f option. Now, yeah, this option I already have shown you. You can look for a particular file. Now there are, let's take some example, I want to look for a file which is greater than 100 megabyte. Okay, so this I will find in the root because I know in my current directory I don't have any file which is greater than 100 MB. So find type will be file, and then I'm looking for size that is greater than 100 MB. Okay, so you can see it has find out all of my videos because I am running this into my I'm as you know guys, I'm running this Ubuntu in my Windows system only. So in some of I have stored these videos. So it has see it has find out all those videos. Okay, which are greater than 100 MB. So yeah, with that you can also find out any files which is older than 100 MB, 200 MB, 500 MB. So the use case will be on this case that let's say sometimes we need to do some cleanup of our servers. So we need to delete the files which are greater than let's say 100 GB or 200 100 GB is very high, but yeah, it could be 5 GB, 10 GB. So with that command you can find out all those files and you can then verify whether those files are actually getting used. If they are not getting used, then you can remove them. Okay. Also you can use this command to find the files which have been modified in last 7 days. Last 7 days. So here two things I will show you. Sometimes there is a minus option and sometimes there is a plus option. So find the same directory and type I'm looking for file and modified time. M time means modified time, and here -7 means the files which have been modified less than 7 ago, means any days, could be 6 days or 5 days, but should be less than 7 days. If you want to looking for which files which have been modified in more than 7 days, so this command with +7. So you can see all these files have been modified, more than 7 days ago. Okay, so yeah, so that's about the find command. The find command basically help us, in day-to-day activities, and this is one of the mostly used DevOps command basically. uh, Sorry, this is one of the most used command in the DevOps person's day-to-day activities. So you can also leverage this command and yeah, you can enhance your searchability in the Linux server. So with that note, I think we are good with the find command. Now I have created a mini project by all of our Linux learnings. So this is nothing, it is a very small program that will help us to track our Linux server health. Okay, so when we say server health, so let's say in terms of human, when we say how we determine a human's health, we check his vital organs are properly functioning or not. We'll do the blood check, all those things. So in terms of whenever we say health check of a Linux server, it means we have to check how much storage it has left, and how much memory it has left, how is the CPU load. So if all those things are looking good, then we can say the server is healthy. Let's say if you are seeing there is a very less storage available, only less than 1 gigabyte. So that server may crash any point of time. There is a high CPU utilization, 80 to 90%. In that case also you can say, okay, that server is not performing well, and at any point of time it can be crash. So we need a solution, basically shell script I have created here, that will tell us our server's health. Okay, there is no brainer, you can even get this script from ChatGPT, so but you need to understand what each of the commands is doing. So very quickly I'm going to explain you these commands and then we will run it. So first, this is simply a echo statement where I'm just put server health check, and host name, this command will give us a host name, and date, it will give us the current date, and uptime, from how long your Linux server is running, from 7 hours, 8 hours, or it could be even days or months. Only the uptime is calculated whenever you reboot your system, then the uptime is reset to 0. Then disk usage, how much disk we have, how much it has been utilized through df command. We have learned this command, so you can refer my previous videos. And then memory usage, it will show us how much RAM availability we have. Okay, and lastly the CPU load, how much load is on current at point of time on the CPU. So with the top command we can see that. So if you remember, top command tells us two things: all the process with their resource consumption, and at the top side we can see the load as well. So this command will give us CPU load, and here head minus 5. This pipe operations are done to fetch that specific data only, because this command gives us lots of other data as well. Okay, so now I'm going to run this. Alright, copied. And now let me create a script here. So I will say nano and server health .sh. Okay, I have put down here control X, Y. Now if you remember, before running the script I need to give it executable permissions. So chmod plus X server health.sh. Now we are good to execute it. So you can see it has given us some output. Let's check. So server health check. So host name, that is our host name of you can see here at the top as well, and it's showing the date, current date, and then we have uptime. So uptime means it is running from around 6 hours. No, it's let me show you up time up 23 minutes. So yeah, 23 minutes ago I started this terminal, so it is showing that. And then it is showing us disk usage, that how much disk we have and how much it is utilized. So you can see for each of the mount, let's say here we have around 1000 GB and only used is this, so this much is available, so we have enough amount of storage available. Memory total is this, used is this, only half gigabyte or 500 MB is used, and this much is free. So our server looks completely healthy. And this is our CPU load. Percentage CPU is only 0.8%. So yeah, very healthy, because I'm not running very much things on this server. But when you run this script on an actual server, you may get the different data based on how the server is getting utilized. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about all. So far, we have covered many things in Linux. We have covered the basic commands, we have covered the permissions, and the we have even covered the functions and commonly used command. And now we have seen a shell script mini project. I think we have also seen the debugging that also can be used. So yeah, I think that knowledge is enough, more than enough as a DevOps engineer. Okay, and yeah, like as you move forward, you will be seeing real-time scenarios, so you will gain more expertise or more hands-on with the shell script. So with that note, I think we are good for today's video, and yeah, we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye everyone.